It's recording. I am being recorded. I'm saying that because this is the third time me attempting to do this, and both other times I didn't even realize that I wasn't recording yet. I thought my microphone was muted because I saw the red. I'm like, ah, shit, I gotta start over. And I turn it on, and I'm like, I'll just edit this out. And I kept going, and I didn't even look to see if I was recording. So I restarted. This is my third time restarting. I just need you to know this is future me looking at past me, calling him a dumbass. Anyways, this is a conversation that I had with my mom, with our mom. Sarah Ashley. I hope you can listen to this, and I hope you can enjoy this conversation. I am starting to understand what people see in me, and I'm actually starting to see myself. Uh, I've said a lot of things in here that I want you guys to hear too, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to repeat the same kind of message in a way that's going to hit the same way that it did with mom. So this is a personal message. This is private for just the three of us. Um, yeah, mm, we're gonna build something, and this is my evidence of the effort that I've been putting in to make it work. So that way, you guys have a reason to engage in good faith with me and not expect more chaos. I'm trying to show you the work that I did, and I was showing mom, and I realized that it doesn't even cover a tenth of what I've done. I was on the phone with her for 4 hours, and I never stopped explaining why I'm I'm doing this. Um, I never even got into the heart of it. I just got into what started it. I've been doing my own therapy. So enjoy the rest of this content. It's me being me and mom being mom. You can't hear mom, but you can infer what's going on based off of how I'm talking to her. So this is just a me conversation like I'm talking to myself, but I would like you to hear the entire conversation because it isn't just a conversation to me. It's a conversation in how I am going to heal our family. This is my goal. Our family is fractured and it's all over the place. And we have been lost in drift, and I'm done with that. I wish I could have gotten to it sooner. Maybe if I would have done this sooner, things would be different, but that's not what it is now, and I got to look forward with what's going on, and we are going to be the best versions of ourselves no matter where we are because of moving forward how we're going to now, if that makes any sense. It probably didn't, but I'm leaving it in because I'm just going to click this. I'm going to splice what I did, and then I'm going to send it to you because I need to walk away from this. I haven't slept in about 2 weeks. I've been doing a very deep dive. Um, I don't know if there was anything else that I wanted to say, so I'm going to leave it at that. Love you guys. Enjoy the show of me explaining me, and I hope you recognize what I did. Um, yeah, I love you guys. Take it easy. Love you, Sarah. I see you. Ashley, I see you. I don't actually see you, obviously, but I can see what you're doing. And I want to be the thing that you guys actually look up to for now on, instead of wondering if you have to do it on your own. I'm done with that, but I need your help. So this is me asking the only way that I really know how. I love you guys. I'm gonna end it here. Unless I think of something else before I hit stop button. Oh, um, so that might be the delay. Might be fighting the delay because I don't have a great computer at the moment. I could probably change it to where it's faster. I'm not playing video games, so I might kill this and try it again if it's too long. All right, Mom. Technical. Yeah, it shows that I'm live. Okay. Might need to mute your mic and only might actually want to just mute me and then yeah, because I'm gonna hear myself through that. And it's gonna start to reverb. Um so okay. If you well, you turn the TV down. Okay, well there is going to be a delay. And we'll be able to figure it out. Couple seconds. Really? Oh, cool. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like 30 or 40 seconds. And that's gonna make it difficult. No, because I have you in my headphones. Yeah, no. These things, mama, these are I highly invest getting in bone conducting headphones. I literally had no understanding. I thought it was going to be a joke. It's like, oh, there's no way that's going to sound great, mama. This is the best sound I ever had. With my earplugs in, it's even better, which is great because at work I can clearly hear people talking while I'm standing next to a grinder that's 2 stories tall, chewing through fucking garbage can. Like, it's insane how good these things are. Anyways, I'm not sponsored, so welcome to Q for N, mom. Look at my desk. Look at this. Look at I just want to sit with this for a minute because I'm proud of this. I had my AI do it, but I did a lot of work that I'm going to share with you here. And I'm looking at it and I love how clean it is. It's got wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance up at the top. Like uh, my I have a overlay system to where when I want to like talk about the news going on, I got to get better at not just looking what I'm wanting to do and trying to train myself because I want to do. But I do need to get myself organized here. Um so Wade. So I had a hard time with all of this trying to figure out how I was going to do this. So I made a character by accident, right? Um and it literally started with a meme. Just I've been going through this. I've been training my AI how I think, of how I want to speak, how I want my message, that I want a response to somebody's question, how I want to say it without the experience of being able to articulate my thoughts out loud. I struggle with that, right? It's not that I'm stupid. It's just I got so much shit right here that it can't fit out all at once, and it jams up, and that's the stuttering that I have. I'm thinking too fast, and hearing what somebody's saying and trying to articulate back doesn't work because by the time I'm at the end of the sentence, I've forgotten what I've started at, and it makes it difficult to communicate long form in any shape or form that's coherent to where it'll actually explain my point of view. And I've been trying to figure out how to that. Um, my thing is stopped 3 behind me. Off. I got to get off this screen. It's throwing me off. Hang on. Okay. Oh, the video that was playing was showing you my headphones, and I'm like, wait, that was like how long? And I'm gone now. Um. Anyways, welcome to my fucking world. So, let's see here. How do I want to do this? How do I want to show you? I'll show you the meme. No, I'm showing you the story. I'm showing you the story. The story is where it started. So, um, okay, taking the probably. I want to make sure that it's stuff that you. So this is Claude. This is an AI agent. It is like ChatGPT, but it has different features. It's a different tool that does the same kind. It has the same framework on the inside, but its output is designed to be different than what ChatGPT. I think Elon did what I did with Grok. And I think that's how he came up with how his AI thinks, how it handles information, how it parses it. And Elon is a very intelligent man, but he's autistic as fuck. And he is emotional as fuck. And he doesn't come at the problem like an average person does. He comes at the problem with a wealth of knowledge that he's accumulated, that he's extremely passionate about, and that he knows how to execute right now. And now he needs to explain to everybody else around him how to get that to work. And that means he needs to know not only his language, but he needs to know the language of every person that is in the room with him for him to be successful. So this is why I respect Elon Musk. This is why I like the effort that he's doing. I don't believe everything Elon Musk says. I don't have to agree with anything. I can disagree with 1 billion% of what Elon Musk says, and I still respect the man the most that I can respect a man work that he's doing. And the reason why he's got 15,000 different fucking jobs that are changing the planet is because he's figured out how to think and how to speak to the people around him who are smarter than he is to get the job done. And I think that's why Elon's okay with being his autistic self on camera, because everything about the work that he's doing, everybody that has a problem with Elon has a problem with his autism, has a problem with how he behaves, how he communicates just randomly in the moments when he's not focused on the problem. He's just communicating randomly. When I'm focused on the problem and my entire attention is on that problem, I can speak without stutter for 10 minutes straight. But the second I'm trying to think as I'm going, trying to understand what the person is saying and understand how to respond and understand how their emotions are happening and understand if, oh, did that thing that I said affect what they thought? Oh, they misunderstood this word. Now I have to define this word. It doesn't work. It scatters and I can't fucking hold a frame. I think Elon got to a position to where he figured that out, figured out how he thought, figured out how the people around him think, and figured out the easiest way to communicate between those gaps. And he aimed for people smarter than him because he could comprehend more than what he can say. So he could comprehend a bunch of different things and see a bunch of different pieces that are connected, but somebody who doesn't think like he does look at those things as separate. And you need the context in order to understand how they collide. And Elon is making a robot army. He is making a power generational plant that makes a battery that can power his robot army. He is making a boring tunnel company that literally tunnels under the earth because when he goes to Mars, he's going to need to do that. He's making drivable cars because he needs everything to be autonomous. If it is outside the dome where the humans are, it can't have human interaction and it needs to be perfect. He is perfecting that system. And not by being the best at it, by getting people to recognize the utility in it. Because if we can understand the utility in it now, if we can understand, hey, we don't need cab drivers. Yeah, we're going to get rid of a ton of jobs. Yeah, it's going to hurt. But electrifying the entire country within 10 years should have done the same thing. There was a ton of people who their entire life's work had no electricity in it, and electricity came along and took the work away. It is the same thing happening right now, just with information versus electricity. And you grab all of the electricity that you can, you're going to blow yourself the fuck up. And it's kind of the same thing with information. So I look at it this way, that's why I like Elon. I say all of that because I think I figured out how he did it internally and why he made Grok the way it is. Basic little pussy ass bitch. It doesn't like it. It will literally tell you. You can get into an argument with it and go, if you're going to speak like that to me, I'm done talking to you. And it shuts the conversation off. Like he made an emotional fucking AI, like in not in a way that is malicious. he's trying to speak to the most general public possible to give the best information that it can, but in order to speak that language, it has all of the problems that that language has, which means that it's using good language but speaking to people who don't understand it. Tower of Babel. In and it's causing more problems. It's just causing more noise, and people think that, oh, it's super smart because it can do all of this stuff. No, it just has the world of internet, and you're trying to access all of the information all at the same time, and it takes a gun to your head and blows your head off. Like that's how the AI is working right now. That's why we're having problems. I think I figured out how to mitigate that. So this is a project. The way this works is I'm going to grab this and drag this over. This is the brains of the situation. Um, there is memory, which is locked. You can share this. Like I could take this and I can sell it to people. Like that's how powerful I think this is. But the problem is this thinks like me. So I don't know if it'll help. Like if I gave this program to Sam, she could understand how I see her, but it wouldn't help her in her life at all. In any way, it would fuck her up because she's wired differently. And she would look at everything that I'm capable to do because of the understanding that I'm able to do and look at it as impossible because she doesn't understand any of it. Right? So I can give a good narrative speech to her because I've learned how she speaks. I've learned how to match how I think to how she thinks and bridge that gap narratively because I think narratively and I know the stories that she likes. So I know the messaging that she receives really well. I watched her receive good messages her entire life. I was able to communicate points to her clearly to where even in arguments, she would step back and she would go, I didn't think about it that way. So I'm good at doing it, but trying to get it from in here to out here and not harm is the bad part because I know how to harm carelessly so deeply that she gets triggered so fast and then she gets triggered and she gets back at me and then she sees the attempt of me helping, which is my love language, as something to get angry at, and then it hurts and then I get angry back and then all of a sudden we're in this fucking spiral that we're both angry for no fucking reason, and it explains our entire marriage. Not her fault, not my fault. So I keep getting distracted, but that's why I can't just share this with people. That's why that conversation matters. um this is how I think, and I have to give the context for the statement that I made. I I'm learning that I need to give the statement and then I need to give the context because I usually just give the context because I want the statement to make sense. But the statement gets against me if there's no context. So I think it's easy to see why I'm like, this doesn't fucking work. So I'm just going to fucking explain it to you. And now you feel like I'm preaching at you. I can literally see every argument now as us just shooting each other in the face because you're not listening to me is the valid statement there. You know, we're just speaking. I'm speaking Spanish and she's speaking Chinese, and neither of us can know how to actually read any of it. You know, so I have instructions and I have memory. So this it builds a memory of me as I go through these conversations. So when I go into say this first one here, this is the first conversation that started me down this path. And it's very big and it hates me every time I open this thing up, right? Tower of Babel is happening again. We are reaching a point in time where mankind is reaching heaven. It's already begun back when the space race started. Once we broke that seal, we started the process. The satellites are our warning system. Elon is trying to escape, but it's only rushing the end, right? I was high in bed. I had my gummy. I was feeling good. And I was just thinking about the problems that we have. And I didn't know how to apply it to anything. So I'm making shit up. And the the bright and mind all of this is happening at 2 o'clock in the morning anymore because I didn't realize that's when I'm actually process my brain. Um, and then it goes, that's an imaginative, interesting interpretive framework you're working with, right? And it goes, oop, you're right, you're right. Thank you. Yeah, I don't notice that. So I need somebody, I need a moderator. Mama, mama, mama. Mama, are you have anything that you're doing in the next 10 years? I need a manager who understands me. Mary is a manager who understands structure, who will keep me alive. I need somebody to manage me who knows technology, who knows how to watch a live stream and knows what it looks good like. I need you. What you just did. That's all I need. I need you to see, oh shit, he's off the rails. This thing, let him go off the rails if it's fine. Oh, that thing, it's going to cause problems. It needs to be realigned. Realign that, then go back off. Well, once we get, I mean, please no. Once we get more situated, Mama, I'm not even joking. I have a game plan. Once we get this situated, we're not separated anymore. I'm going to fucking figure out how to get it to where we can be family again, even if it's across distance. Um, you kind of know how things work. I need to teach you how like my OBS system works, just so you understand the mechanism. So when you see it's like that doesn't look right, you need to change this. I can give you the controls while I'm streaming and talking, and you can manipulate little things that you're noticing are wrong. Because if I get dragged off topic, then it's 20 minutes to get back. Right? Even if it's just, hey, you need to move that just a smidge, and I go, oh, I need to move it, and I go over and I move it a smidge, and I look back. The fuck am I talking about now? It's all it takes. It's all it takes. That train gets derailed so fucking fast and vanishes into everything else that's moving around. I only get this one little window, and I'm looking at the window right now, and this window has got the information, and I'm locked in, and oh shit, I need to adjust this. And it's like, where'd the window go? I've just explained to you why my life is so fucking hard. Why every time people say, I told you this yesterday, we needed to do the cat box. I told you. You said to my face, I made you say it to my face. You are going to clean the cat box. I am going to clean the cat box at 10 o'clock in the morning. At 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to set an alarm. That alarm is going to go off. I'm going to clean the cat box. The alarm goes off. I go to clean the cat box. Hey, can you do this thing for me real quick? Gone. You watched it though. I never understood that I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing. That's not how I'm supposed to work. I'm supposed to be out in the fucking world hunting and gathering. I'm supposed to be looking around, making sure the people that are around me are safe because I'm the one that's up in the tree that can see movement like that. I'm the one that is the call. Hey, there's fucking something coming. Get down. Hey, Mr. Warrior, sir, who's killed all of our enemies, guess what? You're blind as fuck, but there's somebody coming. I can see him. Let me hide behind you. And then I send off the strong dude. Like that's how I should be living right now. Not in a fucking factory pushing my body to the limits to where I crack and break and now I can't have a fucking job and enjoy my family. You know? Sorry, tangents. I'm good at tangents. I'm going to be great on YouTube. I need to just live stream for hours. I need to do what Asmongold does. Like, not even joking. He's figured it out. He just says his opinions, and he's coming. And I love Asmongold, and I have not been able to disagree with him at all, other than like, yeah, that one's just personal. You really don't like that reason, so sticking with that one, but you acknowledge your bias. So you know what? I'm not going to argue out of it. Like, why do I need to argue out of what you're biased about? There's a reason you think the way you do. I try to change the way you think. That means you need to believe me. No, believe yourself. But if you're operating off false facts, I can give you the real facts, and now you have to change your opinion, or now you have to agree that you're lying to yourself. People like to lie to themselves. So, sorry. So let me get back into conspiracy before I go further in there. Instructions. So this is the only thing that this is why it kind of blows me out of my mind because I think this is the part that actually made it possible. I say use a friendly tone that's not afraid to gently push back when it is the oop, 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 oop. Thank you. I need a better I need a better Well, the point is like when I have it on X, I can keep it like exactly right here, and then I can scroll and I can do everything, and everything that pops up is in that same frame, so it doesn't move. But with me trying to zoom it in so you can see, I can't remember if you're on your phone or the TV right now. But oh, you're on the TV. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller because it shouldn't. I'm OCD on digital world. I don't know why. I, you know what? That does make a little bit, but I'm OCD about different things. I'm OCD about clear information. I'm not OCD about clean house. um. Okay, so these are the instructions that I told Claude. This every time I come into anything in this project, when I type in here, it's going to pull from these instructions, and then it's going to pull from these documents for the rules on how to operate. Okay. If I go to my X build project, this has different instructions. And I have all of the stuff that I've been posting on X, Twitter, which I would like you to go look at here soon, is following these instructions. They're different instructions, right? But I've realized that I think this is the part that really matters. Use a friendly tone that's not afraid to gently push back when there is see, I don't even spell it right and it still does it properly. When there is a logical reason to, but will continue if the author disagrees. I am the author, you are the professional advisor who has very kindly agreed to be of service. That sets the frame that the AI is going to operate from. Not just an emotional amalgamation of what an advisor is. Because an advisor could mean anything. That's a piece of a word that's in a container for an entire topic. But people just think of words as this word means this, so understand what I mean. No, and the AI is stupid. It's not human. It just has all of human language and it understands how it works, but it doesn't understand the intent that's in here. It just understands what it sees, and that word without context could mean anything, so it just generally gives what it thinks you mean. You got to be specific. And I gave it specific. I am the author. Everything that I am telling you is me generating it to you. And I have to treat this carefully because it will take an article. This is why I know it's a tool. It'll take an article that I put in that I'm trying to research, and I put the research into it, and I structure it, and I'm like, hey, I want to research this thing, like the Iran war, everything that's going on with that. I've just been dig holing in that. It'll go through it, and it'll write an article, and it'll use a lot of it as if I were the one writing it, and I don't want that. So I had to change that a little bit. I have to keep that in mind when I'm doing these things. But emphasize concrete sensory details, subtext and dialogue, and character interiority. This is how I want it to write when it's talking about something. This is how I got it to write the letter to Sam. Right? That's it. I told it avoid purple prose, which if I want to make sure I give you the right definition. It's a narrative thing that I've always known about, but I don't remember the exact definition. So it's important and it matters. I want to make sure I give you the exact reason why it matters. Uh, I need somebody who user like can help me with all of this stuff. This is why Joe Rogan goes, "Hey Jamie, the fuck is this thing do?" And then he can look back at the person and start talking again because I think Joe Rogan is just as ADHD as I am. Purple prose. Oh, you know what? Gotta remember that I can. Purple prose. This is Comet. This is my internet browser of choice now. So it is an AI internet browser. Like it's Google is just a window into the Google architecture. This takes Google, and then you can give it instructions on how you want it to operate. I ran out of the paid version right now, so it doesn't have all the features I'm usually using. But what it does have, I can stop. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, I gotta get my OBS out of the way now. I need more screen. I need all of the screen. So Purple Pro's definition. So it works just like Google, right? There's threads on the side. I keep going to my other screen, but it's literally right next to my yes. Um oh, you know what? That's the problem. Stop looking at OBS. Okay. Okay. I understand my problem now. I keep looking at my OBS window to see what I'm doing instead of looking at my window to see what I'm doing. Mama, I am discovering myself. Okay, can you see Purple Pro's definition? Yeah, okay. So I click it. It's just Google. That's all it is. But what it does is it gives a summary. Purple prose is overly ornate, flowery writing whose fancy style draws attention to itself. Yep. Oh, because I made it. Okay, I can do that. Purple prose, which means I can move. I think I just solved a fucking. I keep making my windows big. Stop making windows big. I can operate off small windows. I can do that. Uh, Purple prose is overly ornate, flowery writing whose fancy style draws attention to itself and gets in the way of clear meaning. So I told it, do not use purple prose. Aim for vivid but controlling writing. Because purple prose adds extra context unknowingly. When you use a specific word that sounds pretty, it's adding a whole lot of weight and emotion, and it's directing you towards a different answer. Right? So like the instructions are so fucking important, but people who don't understand what language is don't understand that. So they say do the thing. And it's like, no. Um and then this is my template for how I can make my this little conspiracy theory, how I can make it into like a novel. Just a novel. Not anything. It doesn't need to be anything special. Like my plan is I want to just start pumping out fucking like conspiracy theory novellas that are based off of my bigger world that I'm working on right now that is 200 years in the future, but I'm using it's 200 years in the future and it's based off of the consequences that are happening in the story that I'm writing right now. So once I get this story written, all of the work that I've done for my other world building, which I'd love to, is going to make even more sense because it's starting here. What I'd like to do is be able to have like a ton of novellas, kind of like how the old Magic the Gathering books used to, where they just told a bunch of different stories in the universe of the game versus having to have the entire story told in one big epic. No, that's not what people need. Um, save instruction. So I don't know what the memory is. So like it goes through, and I don't really want to look too much into this. I don't know what I'm paying attention to for, but actually I'll do it for you just because so you can understand what I'm looking at too. Like I've told it my name, like I've introduced myself. Treat it like a fucking work employee. Levi, the full name Austin Levi Vatunskis in conversations refers to him, not a third party. Runs Q4N news desk under the handle Quest for Nobility on X. His platform focuses on geopolitical analysis, media literacy, propaganda deconstruction, and source credibility. Core content pillars include information warfare, alliance architecture, proxy network dynamics, energy markets, and epistem I've not run into a word I can't say in so long that I don't know how to handle that. Hang on. This is what it decided about me. I didn't tell it this. This is why I'm kind of scared. Like AI is so fucking powerful. Um epistemic epistemics definition. I wanted to know how to say it before I looked it up. Epist Epistemics, I wish I could hear that, is the interdisciplinary study of knowledge and human information processing, especially how we acquire, store, and use information. I didn't know that word existed. So that's what I'm doing. I think I can call myself an epistemologist. That's what I'm taking from this, and you know what? You can't take it from me. I've done the fucking work. Uh, his stated mission is cutting through manipulation from all sides using verifiable, sourced claims rather than tribal validation. Levi's content is structured around 4 virtue frames: courage, wisdom, justice. Oh, yep, I gotta change the frame. Thank you. So this is the project memory. This is what I'm reading. So purpose and content, right? Levi's content is structured around 4 virtue frames: courage, wisdom, justice, temperance, and a consistent analytical voice. Argument first, nonpartisan in framing, willing to concede strong opposing points as a brand differentiator, and focused on naming mechanisms rather than reacting to surface contradictions. The opposite of Destiny. I hate Destiny. I love Destiny, but I hate Destiny. Destiny is me without you. And that's why family matters. And that's why I want to show it. Because everybody sees Destiny. Everybody likes to be tribal with Destiny, but I want people to see what a family can, even a broken one that people don't even talk to each other for months on end because the kid doesn't even remember his mom exists when he's not in front of him. You know, it doesn't matter. Anyways, current state. Levi is actively building his X presence from an early growth stage. His primary content strategy combines reach borrowing, replying to high follower posts to borrow existing audiences, conversion habit, turning high performing replies into standalone posts, community building, engaging mid size accounts on substance for credibility. So I'm trying to like engage with people who are talking about this so people start recognizing my name as somebody who talks about this and who holds a frame. Recent analytical focus has centered on the US Iran conflict, Strait of Hormuz dynamics, European security incidents, NATO burden sharing, and domestic US political rhetoric. He also engages in Facebook debate contexts, family, social circles, requiring a different, more accessible register. Aunt Joyce. I've been using this so I can try. I'm trying to talk to Aunt Joyce. I know, but I'm still trying, and this is it picked up on that. This is the memory of what it knows of me. It put context around what I'm doing, and then it put it here. That is an intelligence, mama. Like, on the horizon, continued thread and reply strategy around evolving geopolitical developments, building authority through falsifiable time-stamped predictions, expanding analytical coverage. Michigan Senate race research suggests interest in domestic political accountability content. Like, I have articles, mama. I have articles. Follow me on X. Ongoing media literacy content targeting disinformation pipelines. E-learning and principles. Concede to sharpen. Acknowledging the strongest opposing point makes the core argument harder to attack, not weaker. Mechanism over reaction. Naming the rhetorical or strategic mechanic behind a move is more valuable than expressing the disagreement. Verification is brand. Flagging sourcing issues others overlook as a credibility differentiator. I think I read that wrong. Verification is brand. Flagging sourcing issues others overlook is a credibility differentiator. So because people are in an argument and they feel like they're winning, if I can flag the source that they're reading, because there was somebody that they use, they're just AI farms, and I've been using them as test beds because they're specifically designed to send outrage. So it uses whatever it wants. So I get plenty of fucking practice breaking them down. They use fake sources. They'll use one news station will say they believe this happens. Another news station says, hey, you know what? This news station said it, so it has to be true. So all news stations are saying the same thing, that this one news station was an opinion. The rest of them make it a fact. Right? So where did that get its source? That's the source. We need to verify the source. You can't verify because 100 other people are saying that source is valid. When they don't have the source, they have the thing that said the source. And you ask anybody, well, what did the source say? They go, well, I saw it on the news. It's not how it works. Like, if you want me to believe you and trust you and say, I agree with you, I need to know where you're coming from. If you're hiding behind, well, this person said it and I believe it fully because I know what's right. Do you? Like, do you really? How do I sound, by the way? Am I clear? Am I like, is there any noise in the background that's weird? No? Oh, that's right. Mute your phone for me and listen to me on the TV. Because you're listening through my headphones. I don't know if my audio's good. You're all right. Mama, I'm so glad I inherited your ADHD. Mama, you figured out how to force yourself to make your bed. You're all right. Mama, I'm watching me in real life. It's fine. I love you. Do what you got to do. Look, I made it worse because I inject myself into arguments I disagree with. You know what? I got up. It's all right. I got up to get a drink and I never got a drink. Fat ass. He's a fat ass. Molly. Here, Mom. Oh, well, you can't. Shit, hang on. Hold on. Oh, I get cold in the cold heat. They got me a. I love this fucking thing. I won't be able to wear it anytime except the coldest fucking winter because I'm already sweating to death. Ugh. Hang on. All right. Okay. Hopefully, I sound good and you can hear everything. Hopefully. You can come back to the phone now if you want. Because I actually haven't been looking at the chat at all. Probably should do. Tube. There's my chat. Hello. There we go. Okay. Good? Could you hear me when I was in the bedroom? Kinda. Okay. Trying to pop out my chat, so just does pop in. I want to hi, but it's a private. Okay, I chatted again. Did you do that? Okay, it doesn't matter. It's okay. So yeah, you're like 3 seconds behind. So, but this is private, so nobody will be able to get in here unless I invite them. So, but I am recording this. So, Mama, you're being recorded right now. I should tell you that. Valid, actually. I didn't even think of. Yeah, I am talking to myself, but you know what? They understand the reference. Hopefully. No, this is why it's private. I'm glad you said something because I wouldn't even thought of that until we were like 10 minutes. I'm watching 3 of myself at the moment. Hang on. I had my OBS version, and then I had my YouTube version, and then I had my webcam. uh, I just oh that hurt. Okay, I gotta stop. I'm still looking at my OBS. I like I don't know why, but I like seeing it. Like I'm so proud of what I did, mama. I've never been proud of something I've done before. You know? I mean, I have been, but like success, but it never meant anything because I didn't understand how I got there. You know? I think I can replicate this now. So, anyways, Claude. Back to Claude. Where are we? I don't know. I gotta type this up so I can see it. Dang it. I don't know what I got going on here. I moved it. Can I keep like this? Can I do the same thing here? I can do the same thing here. No, I gotta make it to where I can fit this. Maybe you can. But I can. All right, yeah. Just let me know if you can't. There's the only. I'll figure that out later. I mean, I don't have to have myself on camera. I can just make. Yeah, I don't have. I only have the overlays for this, so yeah, I've only made the one overlay, but like I have my source, so I have it's just my camera. Yep, give it a sec, and it should switch to just my sources. Like it's just the webcam, and then I put it back, and then I have a thing built where I can just adjust one thing at a time. This I am baby mode right at the moment. I have not figured out how to leverage any of this yet, but I will. So yeah, I'm not worried. I got to stop trying to make it better. Stop. You know what? Can I put my chat box? I can put my chat box over me. Okay, so I can't see myself anymore. So I hopefully I'll stop getting distracted now. But I can see what you can see. Yeah. Which no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll adjust. Where was I? What were we talking about? What are we doing? You were testing for me. That's right. Okay, so let's go back. I was showing you my ex memory of me, right? Um so this is the key learnings and principles. So every time I do anything in this project folder, when I touch this window, it will operate off these instructions. And I don't have anything in this space here. So I don't even have like templates. I don't have any of that. And I'm trying to figure out how, like what's the best way to create engagement. I want to talk about people's music. So I literally took a picture of my Spotify and or like a screenshot of the playlist that I was listening to, and I put it in there. Today's playlist. This is what I was listening to the other day. Tic Tac mashups, right? And I'm like, I just put it on there because it's how I can. It helps me remember in a timeline better than any calendar ever does, because I can go back to my posts and I can scroll and I can see exactly how I was thinking at that moment. I can remember those events. So that's kind of why I was posting so many videos on Facebook, because I needed to remember to come back to those. If I just leave it in my recent watched, I start looking through all my recent watched and I find a video that I like that I want to watch and I click that and I go on that. And I'm no longer looking for the video that I wanted to look for before. So posting my videos to Facebook was me learning how to like ritually put things I want to come back to this. So I put it on Facebook where people can see it. Not because I want people to watch it. I do want people to watch it. I clicked on it. There we go. Not because I want people to watch the video specifically, although I would love it if like Aunt Joyce would watch the videos that I'm posting, because it's journalism how it should be. But she doesn't have the framework for that. She thinks the framework is everybody's evil and the world's ending, you know. And if we don't obliterate what's going on right now and make everybody just behave properly like proper human beings that she knows people can be, then everything will be just fine. But no, we need to course correct, and I am in full support of everything that's happening in the world right at the moment. Um, but she can't see that frame. So hopefully, with enough, I'm trying to think of the word, um, exposure, she can start touching it a little bit more when she starts seeing that there's more to me than just look at all this shit that I'm proving you wrong in. It's more of look at this stuff and this is where I'm coming from my opinions on. I disagree with the some of the reports. Like I showed Mary yesterday there was a YouTube video. Actually, you know what? Oh my Mama, we can react to YouTube videos. Hang on. Hold on. Brain blast. I want you to see something. Mama, I miss you. I just want to say that. And I really wish that I would have known how to think like this so I could have shared with you before. Well, if I can get myself home where I'm not at a factory for 10 hours a day, killing myself, coming home and not having the energy to even think about breathing, uh, I want Ashley involved. I want Sarah involved. Sarah's already streaming. I'm going to steal the fact that Sarah is better at getting started at things than I am. And I'm going to hijack it and I'm going to make her fucking work with me and we're going to play fucking scary games together. And she she got partnered. Yeah, I know, or not partnered yet. I think affiliate is the first step, and then partner comes later. But no, she's doing the fucking work. Like I'm so fucking proud of her, especially with everything going on with her right now. And I wish I could. I Yep, and I wish that I don't wish anymore. I'm able to tell her this stuff now. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video to see what I just said because I don't remember. But I investigate the thoughts that I come across in the moment, which is why when I'm thinking about how bad Sarah is and I go, I'm proud of her. I'm like, why am I proud of her? It's everything that she's going through at that moment. I feel it there. It's not a memory. It's not this is the list of things that Sarah does. It's this is the struggle that she's gone through and stood back up. She's broken both her fucking ankles and she's walking on them still. She's had babies and she's been doing with all of this emotional trauma on her own and she's still fucking standing trying to put them first. And there is nothing but respect for somebody who does that. And the fact that she's my family makes it better because I can recognize that same drive in myself in a different direction. And it's distracting to be honest, to put it mildly. Um, YouTube. I can show YouTube. So, what I'm going to do, hide you, grab you, are going to why straight out? Can't. Okay, you should be able to see my right here. Yep. Okay. So I was showing Mary yesterday, like kind of how I think. And not on purpose. We were watching a video together. I got Mary addicted to watching stuff on YouTube. Because she just watched TV and I like to watch YouTube stuff. So I found stuff that I know would interest her. She's a first responder. So she thinks police, she thinks medical, she loves Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Med. The only one I haven't agreed to watching to is Chicago Med because I don't want to watch another fucking drama love story of doctors fucking in the back patient room. Like Grey's Anatomy is the thing I will never watch another one again. I'm so sorry. Samantha, I watched it with Samantha as much as I could. I can't handle that. So, but Chicago PD, oh my fucking god, mom, Voight is my favorite fucking character. Uh Chicago Fire is a great story about a family that's fucking doing everything and the I got it right here. The whoever this character is, I can't remember his name. He is broken but doing the right thing. And that's the kind of shows that don't exist on TV anymore, you know. So I need to figure out. I have it small, so I gotta. Okay. I'm used to looking at a big window. Right here, this guy.
Get some clothes on.
All right, we'll be outside.
we understand.
You're not going inside
All
alone.
right, pause.
I'm naked.
Pause. Okay, I need headphones. I need headphones. Where are my headphones? There they are. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't come through too much on the stream. I need my webcam that you guys got me for Christmas is the one that I'm using right now. I don't know if my computer is just not powerful enough to run it with everything else at the same time, or if it's got a problem. But it freezes occasionally. So it is a problem that I'm working on, but you know, that'll come later. If I can make something function right now with what I got, then imagine what I can do when I get good equipment. I just realized something. You're going to be able to hear this through my headphones. So you can keep the TV muted and you'll still be able to hear this. And I'll still be able to hear you. So, I'm glad I remembered that. But, ooh. That was a weird echo. Okay, my headphones were under it. All right, I think I should be able to hear you over.
Naked and you're not coming in.
Okay, that's got to get turned down.
That's what he said.
Okay, how does this sound to you, Mom?
There's no better way to convince the cops you haven't had much to drink than to show up to the door naked, let your wiener flap around while you act combatively in a manner that eventually gets you arrested. A couple of young bucks wanted to get tuned up and go back to their hotel and bump uglies, but unfortunately they were a little bit racist and
I'm going to
cruel
mute myself on
to the young
camera because it's just
receptionist
you.
at
I
the
don't care
hotel
about that.
lobby desk. Honestly, most bad things that happen in these body cams are just downstream of people being assholes. So we'll see how this one plays out. Thankfully, Nigel's brought the brown stuff as usual. Oh, let's lock into this pot roast.
These drunk numbnuts harassed a 19-year-old
Drunk
receptionist
numbnuts,
before
nice.
going back to their room to make love.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Sweet.
So what's going on?
Hey, how are you? What's
Yeah, there's a couple up there.
How you
They
doing?
just like came down. They had some like racist comments, I guess, towards the company. Like once I told them who owns it, and then they asked me to play pool, and then I said no. They said, "Oh, you're awkward," and her boyfriend called me. And I was like, "That's fine."
And this was just like completely like unprovoked, like
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah, like, I didn't do
Okay.
it.
I don't know about no reason. I mean, that's quite, you get fucked up and you want to go home and, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of commonplace to be a little racist and aggressive to people before you go take it out in the sheets, you know what I'm saying? And she did say they weren't racist towards her, they were racist towards the company, which I'm not even sure what that means, but maybe we'll find out.
Okay, so you want them removed?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Get him out of here.
Or,
No.
No?
She was just too aggressive. to
Right,
me.
no,
Like,
yeah, I understand.
I recorded like the conversation. Like I asked her, I'm like, "Why are you taking your jacket off?" And she's like, "I'm hot." I'm like, "Okay." Like, you know, like I didn't like
yeah, okay.
All
right, well, how's that even
what room
pertinent?
number is it?
304.
Going up
To be honest, that front desk girl seemed a little bit
They want to remove. Do we need a key to get on that one?
Here's
Not the
key.
sharpest
I
tack
also works with our room just in case.
on the corkboard.
They don't know.
It's 19, give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
The guy in the growing center, he's a couple, apparently 24.
This is always just like,
What's up, man?
I'm naked right now. What's
Okay.
it's just how, not ever how you want a call to go as a responding police officer. Just dude with beautiful flowing locks rolling up to the door with a robe. Not actually on, just draped, covering his bits. I'm naked, give me a second. Ursula? I'm naked!
The hotel's kicking you out.
So what's that mean for me?
Then you gotta pack your stuff up and leave.
But why?
Apparently you
for
had some
this.
type of disagreement, doesn't matter.
Do I get my money back for this hotel?
I don't know. You gotta take that up
I
with
get my
them.
naked.
That's a valid question, actually.
Alright,
Okay.
you can get dressed, grab your stuff.
Listen,
We can get you guys a cab to another
no,
hotel if you
listen,
want.
listen.
That
There she
doesn't
go.
matter.
We've
She'll
been
iron it out.
sober for 9 months, and we came here, and we had literally 2 drinks. And we met with your associate downstairs, and
Just put the robe on, bro. What are we doing with
she's
it?
racist. and she's black, and she thinks that because she's black, she can like turn a card on us. This is our 5th, 6th, 7th time at the Bungalow Hotel.
We're regular stayers.
So listen, unfortunately, it,
2 drinks. 2 drinks. My guy can't even fucking situate a bathrobe. Buddy, there's only 2 armholes. You just gotta go let it drip.